absolutely. I love that little amulet you're wearing. Is that one of those ones that hypnotizes people and you turn them into zombies or something like that?
No, this is actually where I get my superpowers.
You wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You sell a few of those?
I've got a few more. These actually, the stones actually pop out, and I can replace them with whatever stone I want. So whatever superpower I'm looking for, that's the one I wear.
Well, we'd have to get you a copy of the Rolling Stones song, Everybody Must Get, no, it wasn't Rolling Stones, it was another singer who said, Everybody Must Get Stoned.
Bob
Yes.
Dylan.
Bob Dylan, that's right.
Yep. Yep. Get it, get it. So who did something fun this weekend? What'd you do?
I was supposed to go up to Tubac, take my grandchildren, spend some time in the pool, and have a wonderful cookout. But my wife, who agreed to all that, decided that 3 days of cracking the whip and have me working around the house, tearing this apart, and she worked me like a dog. And you know, and I went, when I came back yesterday, I was so sore that I called up my doctor and I said, I think I sprained my body. I am so happy to be at work. She makes me wonderful.
Yep, I know that one. My husband just recently retired, so he doesn't get to escape anymore.
Mm. Well, good for him, and we'll keep him in our prayers. I'll do a novena in his honor.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Well, we celebrated up here in the Cool Pines. I feel like Tucson and Phoenix must have been pretty empty with people because everybody was here. I have never, ever seen it this busy up here, ever.
Well, you haven't been over to the In-N-Out Burger over here in Kolb and Broadway?
No.
Because
Yeah.
there is so much traffic, and because of the quarantine, they changed their names. No longer In-N-Out, it's just called Out.
Out. That's good. No, we got to do some fishing this weekend, which was really nice.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yep.
Catch anything?
Oh yeah, caught some nice rainbow.
Sweet.
Nice rainbow. Yeah, we drove all the way up to Big Lake, and there were so many people there you couldn't even find a place to fish, and there wasn't even camping allowed, so that was really weird.
Well, that's been all over the state this last weekend. Even,
yeah,
we tried to go, well, we went up to Lake Pleasant on Friday, but Saturday and Sunday it was so packed you couldn't get in.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
15-mile lines and just crazy.
Yep. Yep, I get that. Oh, good. Looks like we're getting several more people on here. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, I know the last time that I was on here with you guys and I made a comment about a particular script and I got a lot of giggles. So I think that's the one that I actually want to work on today with you guys, which is the Yellow Pages script. Am I going to get more giggles?
I worked 25 years for the Yellow Pages.
There you go.
I walk the fingers Hall of Fame ring.
The Hall of Famer. I get you.
Yeah.
Can anybody speak to why they would feel like the Yellow Pages, what benefit it would bring to your business by making those calls?
I'm ashamed to admit that I don't know what the Yellow Pages script is.
Good. Well, that's a good start. Yeah, basically the Yellow Pages script comes from, and this many times when you started with traditional brokerages years past, when you got hired on, the first thing they would do was sit you down, give you a phone, give you the Yellow Pages phone book and said, start dialing. And that's how people started their businesses, was through the Yellow Pages. I think now we can actually be more purposeful about why we're doing it and what we're doing. And really, when we're making phone calls, it's about developing relationships, right? Would you agree with that?
Yep.
So We provide services to our clients. And one of those services that is very common, especially if we have people new moving into the area, is they don't know who to call when they need help with something. You know, if they need a plumber, if they need a painter, if they need an HVAC, mechanical contractor, all those different kinds of things, they don't know who to call. And so doing the Yellow Pages script is actually building your database of your preferred vendor network. And that is a very valuable resource to be able to share with your clients. And it's also a way of quid pro quo on, on referrals. I know even when I was working with Jody Koch on her team, we had a preferred vendor network, and we actually had our preferred vendors. It was they wanted to get as to be one of our preferred vendors, and they signed a contract with us, and that we would continue to refer them business, but the expectation was that they owed us 3 referrals a year. And if they did not meet that, then it would be the next person in line who wanted to get into that network. So a big part of people's pillars of business should be referral business. And this is one way to get that. How many, by raise of hands, actually have a preferred vendor document in their data, in their computer that they are able to share? Okay, so that's definitely something that we as a group can all work on, that's going to give us the opportunity. I know many agents who have actively worked that preferred vendor network group advertise on their websites that, hey, if you're looking for a recommendation for, plumber or whatever, please reach out to me and I'd be happy to share that with you. It's not something you just give everybody. You want to get the information from the client first to develop that relationship, and then that's a resource that you can share with them. Now, I know a lot of us were like, oh, I haven't seen a phone book in years. And they actually out there, and you can go on, on Google and get your white pages for the area. And it's you're calling contractors. So you just start going down the phone book, and you're in A, and you may be looking for air conditioning. You want to look for plumbers, you want to look for painters, all electricians, all of the ones that are out there. So yeah, Teresa.
Yeah, hey, and while we're doing that, because I've been doing that also, and reaching out, I'm a new agent, so they gave me my packet, and one of the things on the Keller Williams was the app Homekeeper. And so I'm building that database of preferred, lenders, or not lenders, preferred contractors. And they have some neat tools. And one tool is they do a monthly blog of helpful things that you can actually put on your website. And they have some other little widgets I'm still working on, but I'm learning. But I just wanted to throw that out there, that while we're looking at everything up in the Yellow Pages, you could maybe see if they wanted to do that.
Yeah, there are several different ones. What's really nice though, because a lot of that, they come in and you can add them to your database, but do you have a personal relationship with them? And are you getting business from them? Because we want to be really purposeful. We don't want to just hand out names of people that we've never worked with and don't know anything about. So that's a great source to start to get those information. So take it to the next level and actually get an appointment with one of them. And this is the script that we're going to do today, is doing exactly that. It's calling to get the appointment with them and having the opportunity to discuss being able to share business together, making sure they're still taking clients. It's pretty funny when you ask them, are you still taking clients or customers? They kind of laugh and it's like, of course I'm still taking them. Why would you ask such a silly question? Very rarely do you ever get anybody say, nope, I'm so busy right now, I am not taking anybody. Even if they are that busy, they won't tell you that. So it's really about creating that relationship, and that's a great way to get referrals. So who wants to work with me on the first round of this?
I will.
Okay, Teresa. So let's get started with your ring ring.
Okay. Ring, ring.
Hello, thank you for taking my call. May I speak to Teresa?
Yes, this is she.
Hey, Teresa, my name is Angie, and I am with Keller Williams Realty, and I saw your name in the Yellow Pages. And you can imagine, as a real estate professional, I have clients moving into the area quite often, and they're in need of a referral for a painter. And I was just checking to see if you were actually taking on new clients.
Yes, we are still taking some new clients. We have been pretty steady even through the coronavirus, but yeah, that would be great.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, I'd love to stop by this afternoon or tomorrow for about 5 minutes to meet you, find out a little bit more about your business, pick up some of your business cards, and as well as introduce myself. As you can imagine, with the clients that I go through each year, I service about 60 to 75 families every year, and I think that would be a great opportunity for us to share business. So would 4 o'clock this afternoon work, or would you prefer a morning appointment tomorrow?
Let's see. Can we do maybe 4:15?
That would work for me. Great. And I just want to verify your address, and then I'll pop by in about 45 minutes.
Okay, thank you. Sounds wonderful.
Thank you, Teresa. Okay. So anybody have any comments, any questions?
It's pretty simple, and that's what, I didn't know what I was calling it, but that's what I've been doing, just kind of going through and just calling people and introducing myself and calling and talking to the people that I actually use personally, and then asking colleagues, who do they use, and then saying, Scott referred me to you, and blah, because I'm new in the area also, so I have to get to know everyone.
Right.
So yeah, it's very
Exactly.
helpful.
Good.
Angie, why don't you talk about how you utilize your relationship with your vendors in some of the mail pieces that you do?
Absolutely. So as you create those relationships, many times when you are, have reached that preferred vendor relationship with them, you can actually co-brand with them on mailing pieces that you put out so that they get advertising. Many times we've had a revolving preferred vendor contact where you can reach out on the website. So they definitely, it's a great way for them to see value in working with you and you working with them. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. So now let's, obviously that script is very easy and a great way. It's kind of a warm call in many ways. They expect to get phone calls, and it's pretty easy to get an appointment with them. Can anybody throw out there what they feel like the conversation could be once you have that 5-minute time with them, that face-to-face, so that you can really develop that relationship? Go ahead, Dick.
Okay. I do it a little differently, but very similar. I like to call up people who are vendors, contractors in the area. After I check their websites and check their reviews and whatever, And I introduce myself as Dick Nichols, the go-to guy. And I tell them, well, because people used to tell me where to go, but actually it's because I know who to go to. And I do business with people all around the country coming into Tucson. I'm from Detroit, greatest 3 words in English language. I'm from Detroit. However, I'd like to come in and talk with you. And if it's all right with you, because you know, if everything works well, I'd like to do an interview and a videotape, maybe a minute and a half interview, so that I have it, one, on my computer. So whenever I have a client who needs a plumber, needs a painter, whatever, you are that specific go-to guy, part of the go-to guy network, in which I can send them some information, especially if they're out in Detroit or Florida, wherever they may be. They at least get to see your face, and I'm going to ask you questions about your business and what you want, what you bring to the business, and what are the benefits that you do for any client that I have. Now, I wouldn't be coming to you unless I thought you were a good business person. And so I expect, you know, that you're going to give my clients a fair shot. You're going to be honest, and you're not going to rip them off. At the same time, if you can help me with some referrals, I would love it. But I'm going to extend that to you. I got the ultra high definition video camera. I got the microphone here, right here, to interview you on the KWSA network here. And I will give you a copy. You can use it. And perhaps we can expand into buyer seminars, into advertising. But my goal is to work with the local contractors, the good ones. And I have a background in the Yellow Pages, so I know a lot about contractors. Can you see how that could help you?
I like it. I like it. Anybody else? Dan?
I'm scratching my chin.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
I want other people to join in. Come on, I talk too much during these calls.
yeah. You know, creating this sense of urgency, I think, is very valuable, because, you know, we can be concentrating on helping grow their business, but we really need to have it at the forefront of our minds that the whole point of this is for us to get more business. And how do you create that relationship and create that sense of urgency that, you know, there are a lot of painters out there. There are a dime a dozen. I want to work with the best. And I would hope that you would want to work with the best. And so I only have one more slot available for my painters, because I offer on my vendor list 3 painters, and I want the 3 best on there. And so,
Hey, Miss Angie.
uh-huh,
Ring, ring.
ring, ring. Hello.
Hey, is this the owner of Angie's Painting?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Miss Angie, my name is Big Dan Caldwell. I'm a realtor here in Tucson, Arizona with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. I have seen your guys' work vans in my neighborhood a lot lately, and I really appreciate the level of work that you guys do. And I was wondering if I could set some time up for you and I to get together and sit down over coffee and discuss a few things that I think would be mutually beneficial to both of us. Does that sound like it would be worth 15 minutes of your time?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I would be interested in that.
Well, you know your schedule better than I do. When's a good time for us to sit down and talk?
Well, I do all of my scheduling in the morning and dispatching, so probably after lunch.
Around,
Let's just say 1:30.
that's perfect. Today at 1:30? I love
That'd be
it.
great.
Plan works
Okay.
together. I'll meet you at your
Fantastic.
office.
Great, thank you.
When we get there. Knock, knock, knock. Hey, Miss Angie, I'm Big Dan Caldwell. Thank you for spending some time with me. How are you?
Great, thank you for coming in.
Well, I just want to jump right into it. The biggest thing for me is I love to have qualified and just quality referral people for my clients. And being that a lot of my real estate clients need a good painter, I would love to form a relationship between the two of us that when I've got somebody that's looking for work to be done, I know I can send them to somebody I can trust to do the work on my own house. Is that you?
I would love that for us to be us, yes.
Perfect. Well, why don't you run me through your business a little bit? Let's talk about what you guys specialize in. Let's talk about what things that you really pride yourself on, and what is your niche?
Well, our niche is really the homeowner. We are not out doing commercial projects. We do them here and now, but we really, want to stay in the niche of, as you said, you saw us in the neighborhood, working in homes, doing interior paints, exterior paints, people doing remodels. Um, we get a lot of people who just bought a house and wants the whole thing repainted. We will go in, estimate that, and um, we never charge more than what we estimated it for. And if it comes in less, then we make that to, go to the consumer so that they feel like they're getting a good deal.
Awesome. Now we can pause it there. I think it's great when you guys set those calls up. It's really, and then Angie can correct me if I'm thinking differently than she is. I try to set it up where I create the relationship that's very beneficial on their end. I'm sending them business and I'm creating that value vacuum where I'm giving. And then when I've asserted myself as a dominant force in their referral network, it's very easy for me to turn around. Hey, I need your help now.
Exactly.
I need you to help me get 3 referrals a year. I know you talk to a lot of homeowners, and they're gonna talk to painters and home remodelers to get their houses ready, freshed up for selling it. I would love to be the realtor of choice that you refer out to those clients. And then more and more value, then you can curtail it into customized discount programs you can mail out to your clients, co-branding on signs, open house signs, yard signs. The whole world opens up.
It really does. It really does. And, having one conversation like that with a particular vendor that could turn into 3 referrals a year. If you had, 5, 6, 7 vendors that you're working with and you can get 2 to 3 referrals a year from each one of them, what would your business look like?
Oh, I'm having a heart attack. It sounds so good.
And it's true. I mean, and those are the kinds of relationships we're in with them every day in our business. We're having a conversation one way or another with vendors, and it's like it's a cash cow and that we're not taking advantage of. And all it takes is being purposeful about your business and their business and how well can we work together. So like I did last week, I would love 2 volunteers to play the roles of the vendor and the agent and have that script, run it through. Don't all jump at once because I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna Vaughn told you.
Hope
Yeah.
I'll be the vendor, and I do have a question afterwards about reciprocating. If you feel like you're okay. All right, thanks. I'll be the vendor.
Okay, who wants to be the agent? Okay, Mary, you get to be the agent.
I came in late. I don't like late. Okay, I don't really, what am I trying to do? Develop a relationship with the vendor?
I'll call Mary if you want. I
Okay,
could just call.
All right, Hope's gonna call you, Mary.
all right.
Ring, ring.
Hi, this is Mary.
Oh, hey, Mary. This is Hope Alday calling with Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure, what's up?
Hey, I wanted to let you know I've been following you quite a bit. Your gardening business, you all do a lot of work, and everybody I've talked to has been very pleased.
Oh,
Yeah. So I wanted to find out more about your business, and I'll keep it short because I know you're a busy lady. Just wondering if I could come by and visit with you at about 4:15 this afternoon. I'm looking at building my referral business, and I thought we may be able to discuss how we can help one another.
Oh, well, I'm not available today. I don't really have time for this.
Well, let me ask you this. Are you taking more clients?
Yes, of course.
Well, as am I. So as a fellow business owner, I thought you just may be interested in, I see that your business is growing online, as is mine. I help at least 38 to 50 families a year buy, sell, and invest in real estate, and they require landscaping. So is that something that, if you say you are in more clients, I guess I'm trying to understand how we can help each
I
other.
didn't really understand how you could help me, but I can see that now that there could be a referral thing. But how can I help you?
Great question. Well, that's why I want to visit with you a little bit further tomorrow morning. Would 9 or 10 be good?
I'm available around 11:30.
I'll make it work.
We start early in the mornings.
I am. I'll look forward to seeing you at 11:30 in the morning. Please, if you'll have some of your business cards ready, I'll bring mine, and it'll just take maybe 5 minutes of your time, and let's see what we can do together. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Mary.
Thanks.
Great job. Great job. What was your question, Hope?
Oh, it was about reciprocating.
Okay.
I have a couple of vendors that I'm working with that they could take business or leave it, but I have a level of loyalty to them. And, I've been working with my hairdresser for 2 years, and I finally got a referral out of her last week. It was for a land deal. But, I still like her as a person. Another one is a contractor, and I've given him maybe 3 jobs, and I have yet to get one. So I just wondered if you had a sense of urgency to have them help me in return.
Yes, absolutely. I many times have had to sit down with vendors because that's where that sense of urgency, where I always, let them know, look, I have people waiting in line to get on my preferred vendors list. And, I've given you this many deals in the past 12 months, yet I haven't gotten anything from you. And I would really hate to have to take you off my preferred vendors list. So what kind of a commitment can you make to reciprocating the business so that I don't have to knock you down off the preferred vendors list? I mean, it's just like with our buyers and our sellers. We have to have difficult conversations with them, and you can put it in a way of what they stand to lose if they're not sharing. Sometimes it's literally guilting them. And for many of them, they're so concentrated in their own business, they're not remembering. So it's really important that you are there reminding them all of the time. Make sure that they're on your mailing list. Make sure they're on your call list. That's an allied resource. You should be having a conversation with them once every 30 days, just to check in with them.
And what is your opinion about home inspectors and what have you? I mean, I know they work with a lot of agents. Is that a little tougher?
It is, because they work with so many different realtors. And rarely are they coming across people unless it's a personal thing. They're meeting the consumer out there after they're already in a transaction. Not always, but sometimes. Those ones are a little bit harder. But get in with roofers, electricians, the gardener. I really love that. Landscapers are really, really a big one. If you've got a listing that's trying to get ready to be on the market, and even if you sit down and come up with, hey, we're looking to see what kind of minimalist, inexpensive packages you might have that you could throw together to spruce up a front yard within a couple of hours for a few $100s. Do you have that kind of package that we could count on to get you some other business? You'd be surprised how many of them are working with you, would be willing to work with you to put packages that get together exclusively for your business because they didn't think that far out or that wide of opportunities that they have.
Oh, I like.
Yeah, Angie.
Yeah.
Glad I landscaping, and if you had any critiques, let me know. So thank you.
Yeah, great job.
Angie, I have to raise this point, and I don't mean to be a rain on anybody's parade, but I came out of the Bell system when we went through the whole antitrust scenario. And the one thing I learned was that anything in a contract that talks about reciprocity is against the antitrust laws. I know we're not a big, huge corporation, it's individuals. but I'm a little bit reluctant to put in. I'd rather build up a relationship based upon certain criteria of performance, as opposed to saying, you must give me 3 referrals a year. I'm going to drop you because there's a wild animal out there called lawyers, and they would love to jump on that. And maybe I'm just full of hot air here, but I'm concerned of the liability I may have if I put a contract out there saying, you must provide me 3 referrals. I could rather put together a document saying, this is the performance factors, and at any given time, I can end that relationship.
Oh, absolutely. And that's really how it's drawn up. And really, you have to understand that doing something like that, it has to do with the scale of your business.
I understand that, but we're talking about right now the liability that could affect people in business because of the virus out there. We live in a very litigious society. I would rather, and I don't know how Keller Williams Corporate would feel about it. Maybe they say it's fine, but they're not going to pay for my legal fees, and I'm a little concerned about that.
Yeah, well, and you're entitled to do that, and that's why you run your business as an independent contractor. And it's all about the proper verbiage.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about a legally binding contract. It's an agreement and an understanding, and it's all in the verbiage of how you write it. It just brings more direct seriousness to it.
Rather imply that I hope that you will feel that way about me to give me leads.
Yep,
and if they don't, then I'll drop them like a hot potato and find someone who wants to be part of my network.
Exactly. Well, guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a new tool in your tool belt to take into your business to start building that database and bring more deals to your world.
That's good.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Angie.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.